Hey everyone, it's Wright back again with another Keyforge deck opening reveal. This time we're going to be looking at Nikita Downhenge Saucerwright. Not a very good name, unfortunately. Pretty neat artwork though. This is going to be a Dis Mars Logos deck, and finally learning my lesson. I've kind of preemptively thought I had this ready to go, and then I just tore off the kind of lip I had on it. So let's go ahead and start with Nikita. Man, I have a lot of disc decks now that I think about it. Holy cow, I have a lot. Holy cow, there's still more to look at. Wow, I got way more discs than I got Mars. Jeez, okay, let's start with the first one. This is going to be Control the Weak. This is a really good card, man. So this is gain an amber, play, choose a house. Your opponent must use that house on their turn. Obviously, it has to be one of their Archon's houses, but if you really know what your opponent might not have in their hand or what they don't have in play or whatever, you can just force them to pretty much waste the turn. Yeah, Control the Weak is solid. We actually got two of them. Very nice. I've seen instances where it's like, okay, Control the Weak, shadows. Oh, I have no shadows cards in my hand or in play. I pass. Control the Weak again, shadows. It's like, yeah, it's pretty mean if you... What? 3 Control the Weaks? Oh my god. And they generate ambers. So it's like, dang, that's pretty sweet. That's awesome. We got another fear. So we ruined that hype by having fear, which I still think is one of the worst cards in the Dis faction. Play, return an enemy creature to its owner's hand. This is just not a good card. And it's not that the effect is bad. I mean, it's not great. It's just that Shadows has knockout, which is it gives you an amber and it returns 2 creatures to an opponent's hand. I don't get it. I don't get this card. If it was just return a creature to its owner's hand, I can understand. Yeah, bizarre. Maybe I'm missing something clearly. We have Mind Barb. This is a good card. Gain an amber, and your opponent has to discard a card at random from their hand. Dominator Bauble. Of all the disc decks, we haven't opened a single Dominator Bauble, and it's a freaking common. Dominator Bauble is a really good artifact. As an action, you can use any friendly creature you have in play. Really good card. I mean, if you have multiple of these, it's really good as well. Key to Dis, also a really good card to have. This is a rare artifact. Omni, sacrifice Key to Dis, destroy each creature in play. So it's a gateway to Dis on demand. You can do it on any turn without any chains. Really good. Lash of Broken Dreams. This is also an artifact. As an action, keys cost +3 amber during your opponent's next turn. We have Charette, 4 power. When she comes into play, capture 3. I say she. I have no idea what this guy's thing is. Ember Imp. I love this card. This is a 2 power. Your opponent cannot play more than 2 cards each turn. This card usually doesn't live very long because it's an absolute pain in the butt if you let it live to only be able to play 2 cards each turn. But it's a really good card to have. Stealer of Souls. This is an uncommon creature, 6 power. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Stealer of Souls, purge that creature and gain an amber. Love it. Love Stealer of Souls. It's a good card to give Skirmish if you have that upgrade or anything like that. The Terror, 5 power, comes into play. If your opponent has no amber, you gain 2. It's okay. I don't feel like you're going to trigger that effect very often, but whatever. Moving on to Logos, we have Labwork. Labwork's a fun card. Gain an amber, just archive a card in your hand. Cool. Simple. Then we have Phase Shift. Play. You may play 1 non-Logos card this turn. Now this gets me excited because there aren't a lot of cards that do that let you just play a non-faction card on the same turn. But you can just pull off some really cool combos. We'll see what other actions and artifacts we get with Logos, but I mean, that's really good. Positron Bolt, like this card. Gain an amber, deal 3 damage to a flank, deal 2 damage to its neighbor, deal 1 damage to the third neighbor. Second neighbor, I don't know. Remote Access. Gain an amber, use an opponent's artifact as if it was yours. Very nice. Very, there's a lot of utility here. Use this on their Omni cards to get rid of them. Stuff like that. Wild Wormhole. Gain an amber, play the top card of your deck. That is a gamble, and in this deck, that can particularly be a gamble, but it could also pay off very well. Strange Gizmo. Haven't seen this one. This is a rare. Amber, after you forge a key, destroy each creature and artifact? What? Dude, that's bizarre. I mean, we didn't really have a lot of disc creatures. Man, we had 4. Oh, man. That's kind of a gamble, though. If you don't have any way to destroy this on your own. Ooh, Brain Eater. 6 power. After a creature is destroyed fighting Brain Eater, draw a card. Really like this guy. Good stuff. Doc Bookton, 5 power. When she reaps, draw a card. Also really good. Dr. Esoterra, 4 power. Gain an amber for each forged key your opponent has. You could gain 0, you could gain 1, you could gain 2. It's an okay card. It's not great. Ganymede Archivist, 3 power. When you reap, you can archive a card from your hand. Mother, now this is a good Logos common card. 5 power. During your draw cards step, refill to an additional card. This card single-handedly, if you get this early on, can just win you the game, I feel like. While it is a high priority card for your opponent, it should be. Oftentimes, it's a passive effect. So you can play it and then just start playing threats from other factions. So your opponent never gets a chance to actually kill Mother. The only downside here is we have 2 board wipe cards in Strange Gizmo and Key to Dis. And obviously, like, you don't want to board wipe your own passives. So keep that in mind. Titan Mechanic, 6 power. While it's on the flank, each key costs 1 less. That's an okay card. Phosphorus Stars, play, stun each non-Mars creature and gain 2 chains. We see this a lot. Stun each non-Mars creature is an alright kind of board wipe-ish card. But gaining 2 chains for that really, really sucks. Soft Landing, the next creature or artifact you play this turn enters play ready. It's a good card, especially if you have some good Mars creatures to use it with. Wow, we are going to have a lot of Mars creatures apparently. John Smith, 2 power, elusive. When he fights and reaps, you can use you could ready a non-agent Mars creature. Very nice. So that's important to note, non-agent, because John Smith is an agent, so you can't use it on another John Smith if you had one. Mind Warper, pretty fun card. It's a 2 power elusive. As an action, you choose an enemy creature. It captures an amber from its own side. So when that creature leaves play, that amber then comes to you. So it's kind of a really like roundabout version of stealing. But yeah, it's neat and thematic. Tunk is a fun card. 6 power, 1 armor. When you play another Mars creature, which apparently we're going to have a lot of, fully heal Tunk. So Tunk can stay in play for a long frickin' time, man. I've seen him stay in play like entire games from start to finish. Vezima, Think Drone. This is 3 power. Reap, you may archive a friendly creature or artifact from play. That's really important. You're probably going to want to artifact... you're probably going to want to maybe use that to archive Strange Gizmo if you really don't want to use its effect. I guess you could also archive maybe Key to Dis just to get it off the board until a later turn when you claim Dis again. Something like that. So we have Yxilo Bolter or Xylo Bolter. I like this card a lot. It's 3 power. When it fights and reaps, you get to deal 2 damage to a creature, and if it destroys that creature, you purge it. Really good for taking out those squishy, high-value targets. Dominator, I also like a lot. 9 power, 1 armor. He has Taunt, but he comes into play stunned. Big whoop, to be honest. Then you have another one. That's great. That is good. That is good combos. You have a Zizix the Many. Fight and reap. You may reveal a creature from your hand. If you do, archive it. Zizix the Mini gets 3+1 power counters. Really good. He can get out of control with that, man. Biomatrix Backup. Like this upgrade. Gives you an amber, and essentially the creature gains destroyed. You may put this creature in your archives, or its owner's archives. Great card. You put this on any kind of important creature you have, and combine that with our board wipe. That's pretty nice to essentially get it back. And then we get a Jammer Pack. This is an uncommon amber. This creature gains... your opponent's keys cost +2. That is so brutal. Combine that with anything you think is going to live for a long time, like Tunk. Oh, that is brutal. All right, guys. That was Nikita, the Downhenge Saucerwright. The deck list, if you want to pause and view the whole thing, is right here. I thought this was a fun deck. I think it has some pretty unique and interesting kind of combos and mechanics to it. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't like Mars in terms of like the theme. It's just not my kind of thing, right? But functionally, they're a very good faction. Obviously, they have some cards that are hit or miss because they have a lot of like non-Mars or ready Mars creatures and stuff like that. They have a lot of cards that really center around them. But yeah, I don't know. This deck seems like it can be pretty fun. It had some really good... This is the first time I think I saw some just Logos cards that I actually enjoyed seeing together. You have Mother, you have Brain Eater, Wild Wormhole, Remote Access, Positron Bolt, Phase Shift, Lab Work, just good stuff. The disc side of things look pretty decent. We have 3 Control the Weaks in this deck, which is ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know down below what you thought of Nikita. I'm going to see you in the next Keyforge video. Goodbye.